Trump. So here's the deal. Inevitably, it's voting time. That time of year, we got to pick a president. Now, I am usually the most uninterested person because I watch these people sit in front of us who are spit-shine polished, who say exactly the right things, and then when they get in office, it all goes to shit because they had to pay back all those special interest groups. What they do is they look at what they need to say to get the vote, and they do it and they say it. Now, I was never really a Donald Trump fan. I mean, he's a successful businessman. I can give him that and respect him for that. But I never thought of him as a president. Or I never considered, having him in office. But with that said, he's running and he's doing well. And the one thing I like about him is he says stupid shit. Everybody says stupid shit. People who don't say stupid shit sometimes, well, you can't trust them because they're polished. It's like you're buying a used car. When you go on that lot and the engine's steam cleaned and everything's all polished up, well, you might be buying a lemon. When you go buy a used car from somebody and they don't even wash it, they got nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. I do like the idea that he's not taking anybody's money, from what I understand. I do like the idea that he's his own entity, kind of, I guess. And then, listen, I don't know shit about politics. I don't ever want to claim to know anything about politics, because politics is a clusterfuck of stupidity. That's what it is. It's just a big total clusterfuck of stupidity. But with that said, at this point in time in this world, we need a businessman. We need somebody who runs a business, because this is what this country is. And what politicians try to do is make it sound like this is a homegrown, great place, and it's our homes, and blah, and blah, and blah. And you know what? It's not. It's a fucking business. And we're all just parts of the business. Right? That's all it is. It's a business. And we're just tokens. We're just coins. We're just parts of it. And at the end of the day, it's all about the money. Money makes everything go round. Money makes people happy. Money makes things move and makes people get shit done, have shit, and be able to do shit. Sadly, as it is. So with that said, when you bring the word politician up to me, I immediately think of a sponge sucking money out of the economy. I instantly think of somebody who has an angle, who has a way of doing things with amounts of money that I can't even fathom. Somebody who takes tons and tons of money and does weird things with them that makes lots of digits go in places maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. It's just my thought. That Donald Trump, he's a businessman. It's my buddy in this Porsche. He always tries to race me. I act like I don't see him, and I always beat him to work. Ha ha, sucker! I saw him back there, and he scooted around to take the shortcut. He's always like fighting to get to work. He's always fighting. It's just like the racetrack. You gotta have patience. You gotta wait till the time is right to make the move. That's key with racing. You try to force it, it's gonna fight you. You gotta get the flow going. So anyway, this Donald Trump thing. I never thought I'd vote for Donald Trump for president, but you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna. In my world, I am the typical American middle class, I guess, business owner, blue collar guy, blah, blah, blah. And I think he's going to help guys like me. I think it's going to benefit me to have him in office some way. Not in a big way. I don't think this guy's going to open up and money's going to drop out of it. I just feel as though that with him in office, I'm going to be in a better way. Because I seem to get raped. You know, one thing that pisses me off, one thing I'm about, is I work my ass off to build up what I have. I work my ass off to get where I am. And there's always someone taking something from me. There's always something taking a little bit of something. And I sit there and I watch people who are have-nots, who choose to live the style they do. And again, I'm not talking about all people who are in a bad financial situation. Listen, you know, government aid, all that shit is good. We have to have it. There's a lot of people who get by with it and then better themselves and move up. Well, now, what I'm opposed to the classic couple who aren't married, have some kids together, some of them aren't. They live in a government-subsidized housing situation. And what they do is they play the system, they work the system, they milk it for all it's worth. A friend of mine the other day, he has Section 8 housing. And he can't believe that he gets more money for Section 8 than regular apartments. Then he has this one apartment, a girl's there, 10 months not paying. Throwing her out, he's going through the court process, paying attorney's fees, everything else. Just as he finally gets her out, the state comes in and pays him what he's owed and has to, by law, put her back in that apartment. Next year, she did the same thing all over again. This is a working man. This is a guy who bought a couple of properties, hustled his ass off to get where he is, and now he's getting played by his tenants. You know? And he's losing money now on the deal he's supposed to be making. So they're the people that I'm opposed to, and I believe that with Donald Trump in office, these barnacles on the ass of progress, these people who suck the world dry, are going to have a harder time doing it, and maybe they're going to have to better themselves. So, I mean, I could be wrong, I know, and there's somebody out there jumping up and down saying I don't know shit, and maybe you're right, but maybe you're not. And at this point, I just feel that these polished, I mean, look, I watched this debate thing for the first time last night. I watched it, and I saw it, and I listened to these guys for the first time. They all know what to say and how to say it. And what I noticed was the guy, Cruz, is it? He's picking on Donald, and he's taking what Donald says and he's making it worse than it is. And then he's making what he says better than it is. So I saw through all that bullshit, and I don't like that. You know, they all talk a good game, but you know what I feel? I feel Donald Trump's a smart guy, and I feel what he might do if he gets in office is hire people that know what the fuck they're doing to do that shit. That's what I would do. I've learned years ago in business, you find people that are good, you cherish them, you pay them, and you take care of them. That's what you do, and you let them do their jobs. Ultimately, Donald, I have a feeling, is a boss and a leader and knows that already. And is going to, like, okay, there's a problem over in the Middle East, or the problem, let's get somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, give them the job to fix it. Perfect, done. See, it's a fucking business. It's a business, man. And this liberal thinking, bleeding heart shit, you know, these poor people that keep coming here, you know, with this open door policy we got, and I know a lot of them. You know, it's always the squeaky lily white person who's never been around anybody except the lily white person that talks shit about how liberal we need to be. Well, I grew up in a very culturally mixed situation. I'm always around a melting pot of people, and I appreciate people from all walks of life, and I think it's great that people are in this country from other countries, and I welcome them with open arms. As long as they come in here the right way and bring something to the country instead of taking something away from it. And that's what pisses me off. I constantly see a lot of my customers, now I'm getting angry with this song, I gotta change it. I constantly see people coming here and taking. I know so many people from other countries And what they do is they set themselves up. They make the money here and they send it all back home. So, what the fuck? It's like having a hole in your boat. All the water's gonna come in and you're gonna sink. You can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, okay, that was both our faults. They stole a police cruiser last night. Well, I'm dicking around. I might as well go check out the scene. But anyway, so I don't know. I just feel like it's refreshing, it's new, it's different from status quo of politician in office. Fuck them. You politicians have fucked up for so many years, so badly, it proved nothing to me, that I want rid of you in the worst way. I want you gone. I don't want anything to do with you people. I want businessmen in. Let's try them. Let's see where that goes. And when they start fucking us, we'll give the jobs back to the politicians. I don't know. Maybe we'll mix it up a little bit. But at this point, people, the country is fucked. The poor get richer. The rich, I don't know. I guess they're getting richer. And then there's us, the middle class working slobs who work our asses off, try to provide for our families and do. We keep getting fucked. Just keep getting fucked. Constantly. I mean, shit. When you look at what I do and how much money comes in my business and how much money I don't get to keep, it's fucked. It's so fucked. I mean, I get to the point where I go work for somebody, make myself a nice living, you know? It's a fuck song. It's a total fuck song. But looks like we're going to get a businessman in office. And I'm pretty psyched about that. I'm really psyched about that. You know, so many years of the bullshit, the nonsense, and the catchphrases, and the hand gestures, and what they're trained to do and tell. It makes me sick. They're fucking mannequins. Mannequins with a plug in their ass and a speaker at their mouth, and there's somebody with a keyboard telling them what to fucking say. It's bullshit. It's a fuck scene. It's horrible. So with that said, fuck it. Donald Trump for president.